vibrations coming straight from Tucson, Arizona. This one is coming from brother IsaacIrie. I saw this guy performing at a market that we ended up going to. I think it was called American Strange. And we only caught like the shortest clip, the shortest few seconds of this dude playing. But he did like a lo-fi, real cool, real chill type R&B type set with some reggae backing and some like live playing. And since I started following him, I realized that this dude he's a multi-instrumentalist and he plays so many different types of instruments, but the main ones I've seen him playing have been the keys. I've seen him banging on the melodica, and it seems like he's just been developing his own style down here over there in Yuma. We've since left Yuma, so I can't even say that this podcast is being shot out there. But we are fortunate enough to be broadcasting live from Tucson, Arizona at the Eden Arts. Oh, Jesus Christ. Currently in the middle of recording, trying my best to just turn my head because, like I said, we are out in the middle of nowhere. And as you know, in the RV lifestyle, sometimes you don't have a place to dump your black tank. And I regret to say, I think I just witnessed a young lady just squatting like a animal out here. I don't know if she's wearing underwear, but she definitely did not use any kind of toilet paper. I didn't see her put anything down. But it's a lifestyle. I think that's a part of it. Fortunately, behind her was probably one of the nicest moon rises. I think it's a full moon tonight. That might explain some of the crazy shenanigans. But Tucson is nice. Despite the wildness, we've been out here enjoying ourselves. And you know, reggae is not typically something I think of when you think of Arizona. Like, I guess you think of more deserty, kind of western vibes or something like that. But reggae seems oddly appropriate for this night. I'm out here with my lovely lady Sierra. She's been developing her website called Exploring Something. And she basically has been documenting our journey and our travels across the United States. And it's been fun being able to tag along with her, developing and learning more about the entrepreneur spirit, and pretty much just seeing what this country actually looks like. And we've started down in Florida. I take that back. We started in Tennessee. Then we went to Georgia. Then we went to Florida. Passed through Louisiana, or Alabama, I should say. Then Louisiana. Saw some family in Mississippi. Stopped through Texas. Went through New Mexico. And then shot up to Utah, where we got to do a festival called Building Man. And that was another rewarding experience that we got to collab and do like a serenity session, or it's something that we call a serenity session. It's basically like a tea ceremony where I bring out all the music and gear and we pretty much just curate a vibe, something that's just real nice and easy, and basically a time for people to reconnect with themselves. And as we left building, man, we made so many different kind of connections, but we did not get to facilitate any more workshops when we got further up, closer to Salt Lake City. We worked at a camp hosting job, mostly just checking people in, having a lot of fun out there. But if you've ever been to Utah, it's a real different kind of place. So we couldn't stick there too long, and we made our way to Arizona, where I'll come back to the beginning of the story, where we got to see IsaacIrie performing at a Friday night market in Yuma, Arizona. That was probably some of the best highlights. We actually met a lot of older people. We were working at a 55 plus resort. You know how Yuma is. It's a snowbird community, so most of the time you only got a lot of old folks and a lot of white hairs, a lot of blue hairs. I think that's probably the more appropriate term, a little bit more politically correct. But we had a good time out there meeting people. We did not have a good time working for the organization we work at. I will go ahead and drop the name. I said Sundance or Calum Resorts, one of the worst places that I think I've ever been. Not even just working, but just some of the worst management, some of the worst people. Residents were dope. I really loved and enjoyed talking to other people out there, but you can't stay somewhere you're not feeling welcome. So, like I said, now we are broadcasting from Tucson, Arizona, a little bit further east. And we just so happened to be blessed to get an artist residency at a place called Eden Art Center with brother Rico. I'm hoping to get some video of him. Hopefully to have him on at least some audio doing some speaking about his art therapy and some of the changes he's made out here in the world. This brother is an amazing artist who does glass art sculpture. He does masks. He does all kind of nature and restorative arts to try to bring people and to reconnect with themselves and reconnect with their environment and really make art of that experience. So he's got a piece of property out here that is 100% worth visiting. If you're an artist, if you're somebody coming through Tucson, reach out to the Eden Art Center. Get in contact with brother Rico. He is known for doing a lot of expressive watercolors and a lot of experimental designs. And he has a resort out here set up for artists to come to stay between 2 and 4 weeks. And mostly just a time for them to reconnect with themselves, to just really build, to try to just reestablish who they are as artists, and to leave something behind that's a gift to the rest of the world, the rest of the artistic community. So that is part of what I'm channeling through this podcast, is to really dig into this time and this place that allows me to actually sit down and record some information. I know my sound doesn't sound the best, but I just spent a good chunk of time trying to get it leveled out and get the video perfect. But that's a whole part of the process, and it's going to get worked out as we get worked out. But, like I said, brother IsaacIrie has an album out. He dropped it last year, and it's just got most of his instrumentals, and this one's called Yo'eme Dubstyle. He is also on Instagram, YouTube under IsaacIrie Music. You can see him making a lot of this stuff out there. He represents the Cricktunes Collective. A little bit towards the end of the show, I'm going to break down some of his stuff and do a little remix of it. But I'm going to just let this one play out a little bit just so you can hear his style a little bit better. don't think I'm ever gonna be able to think about Yuma without thinking about reggae music now. Of course, you know they play a lot of line dancing and country music, but there should be a lot more reggae down there. It's supposed to be a vacation area. You got palm trees everywhere, but all you got is country music? No. Much better. All right. Let's get to remixing some of this stuff. So the first song that he has on the album is, I think it's just called Yo'eme Dubstyle, and I got the loop for it all queued up. Hope this doesn't come in too hot. Man, there's just something about that bird whistle that gets me every time. I'm pretty sure that's the main reason why I sampled it, but the closest I was able to tell with this track is that he went in at 62 beats per minute, and he told me that he plays mostly just in minor chords. Or he didn't tell me, I heard him in an interview say it. Still waiting to get some stems from him so I can mess around with it a little bit more. But what I did, I just went and threw some drums on it. Something just to give it a little bit more kick. Because you know, most of the time when I do my stuff, I like it to thump real hard. Definitely, I got that deduct going on there, mostly just to create a little bit more of a lead, because I think when he put this song together, he mostly wanted it just to be like an intro, but it also leaves it wide open to do something a little crazier there. Alright, I'm gonna pull the deduct out. That's what it was. I added like a little ARP in there with a sweep on the filter, just to create a little bit more range and dynamics. But it's not the best because, you know, sometimes it's not really on the right timing. So I'm gonna take that out, put the deduct back in. I can't even remember what I did for the other little. Let's hear it. Yeah. Yeah. So that was Universal Vibrations with brother IsaacIrie's music from the Yo'eme Dubstyle album, with a little bit of that Jay Shamaz mixed in there, but all Isaac. You can find his music at IsaacIrie Music on Instagram. On YouTube, you can find him at IsaacIrie Music. Definitely check out the brother's stuff, especially if you're trying to feel that old school reggae, some real root stuff, but it's coming out of Yuma, Arizona. Again, this is Shamaz, your host of the Universal Vibrations Podcast.